The United States Army Special Operations Command, better known as USASOC, was activated December 1st, 1989, at the home of the airborne, Fort Bragg, North Carolina, and is the Army component of the U.S. Special Operations Command. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Specialist Tony Galusha. It has been my proud honor to have jumped in our nation's colors on this, my 1,843rd free-fall parachute jump. Today I'll narrate a demonstration of precision free-fall parachuting by members of your USASOC parachute team, the Black Daggers. You may now direct your attention high overhead. Our aircraft is inbound with today's jumpers. The jump master is looking outside the aircraft, facing into the cold wind. And since voice commands cannot be heard over the roar of the aircraft's engines, the jump master, through a series of hand and arm signals, will guide the aircraft to a precise exit point. They have performed their final equipment checks. Watch closely for the jumpers to exit. Command of hot target and standby has just been given. The jumpers will exit momentarily. The jumpers are out and the smoke is on. Their arms swept back, legs straight, head and eyes on the team leaders. They excel towards terminal velocity at speeds in excess of 120 miles per hour. These jumpers will fly their bodies much like a high-performance aircraft, using their hands, arms, and legs as flight controls. At a predetermined altitude, the team leader will give the signal for these jumpers to turn 180 degrees from the center and glide away to gain horizontal separation necessary for a safe deployment of their main parachutes. Formation is built. We now have one single column of smoke. The signal has just been given. The jumpers are turning 180 degrees and tracking away to create a bomb burst effect. And there they are, ladies and gentlemen, the high-flying colors of your USASOC parachute team, the Black Daggers. The parachutes used by our demonstration team are flexible wing gliders. They are constructed of a lightweight ripstop nylon and have an inherent forward airspeed of 20 miles per hour. To turn left, the jumper will simply pull down on the left steering line. To turn right, these jumpers will pull down on the right steering line. As these jumpers approach the ground and prepare to land, they will pull down on both steering lines, simultaneously flaring the parachute for a safe and soft landing. Now, as you may have guessed, these jumpers are faced with a rather unique situation, a traffic jam in the sky. They must gain vertical separation in order to allow for individual approaches to the target area. This is accomplished by pulling down on the front part of the parachute and spiraling at speeds in excess of 60 miles per hour to set up a stack like you might see at a busy airport. As these jumpers maneuver their parachutes through the sky, they must constantly maintain altitude awareness as well as their relative location to the target area. Approximately 1,000 feet, these jumpers will turn and face into the wind and perform a wind penetration check in order to determine the speed and flight characteristics of their parachutes under these current wind conditions. Watch our first jumper come in under a high-performance parachute. He will execute a drastic turn close to the ground, gaining a lot of speed coming in. He's rocking the parachute off. There he goes into the turn. Beautiful landing, ladies and gentlemen, for the team leader, Sergeant First Class Sean Callahan. Here comes our second jumper. Another beautiful landing. That was Staff Sergeant Misha Stallberg, ladies and gentlemen. Here comes our next jumper into the target area. Just to let you know, the louder you cheer, the closer they will land to the target area. I don't think that was good enough. I think they need to hear you better. It's pretty windy up there. You guys should get pretty loud. Come on. Here comes our next jumper. She's letting it fly, letting it fly. Her eyes are fixated on the target as she comes in, flares the parachute for a beautiful, beautiful landing, ladies and gentlemen. You may notice the tail of these parachutes curl under as these jumpers approach the ground. This slows the forward speed as well as the rate of descent so that they may make a beautiful, beautiful landing, ladies and gentlemen. Here comes our next jumper, Staff Sergeant Shanona Phillips, jumping in the POW MIA flag. And she makes a beautiful landing, and the flag is caught, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful landing. Here comes our final jumper, ladies and gentlemen. Jumping a camera on his head, he filmed the formation the entire time in free fall. Sergeant First Class David Rose. Why don't you let him know where you are, ladies and gentlemen. Give him a good cheer. Beautiful landing, dead center, ladies and gentlemen. Well, this concludes our performance for this morning. On behalf of the entire team, I would like to thank each and every one of you for giving us this opportunity. And in closing, leave you with this. The men and women of the United States Army Special Operations Command remain on point for the nation. God bless America.
Let's have a nice round of applause for Tony Galuscio, the narrator for Black Daggers this morning. Oh, come on, guys. We can do better than that. It's your United States Army Black Daggers parachute team. That's better.